Hello, my name is Grigori Rosalimo, and today I will show you how to configure Recurrent Manager for Active Directory to create regularly scheduled backups. So in Recurrent Manager console, first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a new collection, and then we're going to call it test for now. And you might want to rename it to something else. And each collection can back up multiple domain controllers, so we are going to add a domain controller to this collection right now. There we go. So that's right there. The domain controller is added to this collection. You can have multiple domain controllers under each collection. And let's go through basic properties that are available for each collection and just have a quick rundown that explains a little bit about everything. So on the first backup tab, you can change the description of the collection if you would like. And then so you can encrypt each backup with the password. Basically, that will protect them from being opened without knowing a password. It's a security feature. In the console tabs, in console storage tab, you can set up your backup storage locations. Backup file name format field can be used to customize the name and structure of a backup. So by default, it has percent backups, percent computer name, percent date time, and right here there's a sample path to how it would look, where your backups are going to be stored. Also on this tab, you can set up your retention policy for this the console storage. And this is where you can change to have how many backups. Very important distinction here is this is number of backups, not number of days. So this distinction might not be relevant if you're, for example, creating backups on a daily basis, because then it will keep for a number of days. But if you're running backups more often than daily, maybe you're running it twice a day, for example, then this option, if it's set to like 4, it's not going to keep 4 days. It's going to keep 4 backups. If you're running it twice a day, that means it's only going to be 2 days worth of backups. A very important distinction. So DC storage tab is very similar to the console storage in a way that it has similar options, has the path, it has the retention policy. You can add expressions here as to what your backup might look like. One major distinction is that if in a path here you specify local path, for example, C:/, then the copy of the backup is going to be created in the folder, but on the domain controller and not on the Recurrent Manager console, like it is in the console storage tab. So that is one major distinction. And the same retention policy options apply to the DC storage tab as they were to the console storage. Virtual Snapshots tab is only relevant if you're using Recurrent Manager for Active Directory 4th edition. This tab basically allows you to manage the creation of virtual snapshots for this particular collection. System storage tab allows you to choose what portions of system state of the main controller you would like to back up with this collection. So anything ranging from Active Directory to registry to certificate services databases, classic forms, IIS databases, and whatnot. So this is where you choose what you want to back up. There we go. So everything's going to be backed up. Agent settings tab is very important. First option here allows you to specify an account this collection is going to use to connect to the main controller and perform a backup. This account obviously needs to have the main admin rights, and right there that you specify an account and a password, and then that account is going to be used. Second option is for specifying if you have backup agent pre-installed on the domain controller or not. Recurrent Manager uses several different agents. Backup agent is used to compress the data on a DC and send it back to the backup storage location. This agent can be pre-installed on a DC and run as a service, or if the above mentioned option is not selected, this agent will be actually sent to the DC and installed every time we create a backup. This process is done completely silently and doesn't really require any additional interaction. But if you choose to manually install an agent on a DC yourself, and then you do not select this option right here, the use pre-install backup agent, then your backups will fail, because basically we will try to install the agent on already being installed there, and that will cause us issues. So make sure you check this. If you install the agents, then you check this. If you don't install the agent, then leave it alone and we will install it ourselves. Differential Backup tab has options that allow you to enable differential backups on the domain controllers. However, this option is only available for DCs with Windows 2003. Windows 2008 and up doesn't actually have support for differential backups. So this option is more or less obsolete for environments with a higher version of Windows. Schedule tab has all of the options associated with actually scheduling the backup. There are multiple schedule sets for each collection that can be created if needed. For example, here you can create a new, and that creates a schedule at that time. If you want to add additional ones, you show additional, and you create another collection. Another scheduled, and now you have 2 schedules. Well, mine are both running at the same time, but obviously you can modify those. Or if you want to just running it once, then just leave it alone, and there we go. We have 1 schedule. Account on this page right here. This account has to be entered and will be used to start the schedule locally on the Recovery Manager server. Also, if you did not specify an account in the Agent Settings tab right here, then the account that is specified on the Schedule tab is going to be used to access the main controllers to create the backup. So this account is very important. It has to be the main admin. If you're not using it in here, basically if you only have one account for running the schedule and for accessing the DC, that's the difference here. Log tab has options that allow you to set up email notifications and enable application logging to log additional events into the application log or into a text file. Performance tab allows you to throttle performance impact from Recovery Manager on the environment, such as bandwidth throttling, CPU throttling, and number of backups running in parallel, as well as the compression of the backup. And lastly, the Advanced tab allows for additional copy to be created of each backup and to a specified location, same as DC storage and console storage path type. However, there is one big distinction between this and DC storage and console storage. There is no retention policy available on this tab, so backups created from this option are not going to be deleted, so you might want to ensure that you have enough space or delete those manually. Thank you very much for watching. If during any of the steps you encounter errors, please check Quest support portal at support.quest.com.